Lieutenant General Dr. D.P. Vasta.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairman. History of medicine is as old as the march of mankind. And Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi mission or vision of a healthy India, a fit India, lies through the integrated system of Indian medicine. And that vision leads to Sarve Santu Niramaya. As far as structured courses and information is concerned, Vedas are 5,000 years old. And Ayurveda is an Upaveda of 4 Vedas. There has been a lot of discussion and controversy that we allopaths, I have been a senior health professional of armed forces, and on behalf of the modern medicine or allopathic medicine, I don't disown my fathers and forefathers. I claim it with pride that allopathy is the daughter of Ayurveda, and the medical college, I say, one of the best medical colleges in the country, rather second best, Armed Forces Medical College, which I commanded 10 years back, has its teaching complex named after Sushruta complex. The biggest auditorium is Dhanvantri Auditorium, and the statue of Charka adorns the frontage of the college. Though we give full respect to Pasteur, Alexander, and Lister also. If we disown our parentage, then we are not worth it. What an allopathic doctor looks through his eyes as far as the present scenario is concerned. In armed forces, we say threat perception and force assessment. I would like to draw the attention of the House through you. India's total population as on today is 135 crores. 97 lakh people die annually in India from all causes, including violent deaths, road accidents, cancer, lifestyle diseases, and infectious diseases. 2.5 crore children are born annually, and 1.5 crore is added to Indian population every year. Now, the force appreciation. There are, as per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare information latest, there are more than 12 lakh allopaths registered with state medical councils and Medical Council of India. Out of them, 10% are NRIs or Indian diaspora. 80% are available for work. There are 8 lakh, approximately 8 lakh Indian medicine doctors, including homeopaths, Ayurveds, Unani, Siddha, Rigpa, and all. Around 2 million nurses, 2.5 lakh dental doctors, and a word was spoken about the ethics. Dr. Namanthia spoke. My vision is we are not competitors. We don't look down upon. In the present scenario, we see there is a threat of COVID-19, and it has been declared pandemic. In today's newspaper, the protocol for administering allopathic medicine, that is antiretroviral medicine, was given that it will be only given to high-risk cases, old, infirm, and with comorbidities. Under these situations, traditional medicine, Ayurveda, and all alternative medicines, allopathy needs badly, and it starts from our kitchen. whether it is ginger, whether it is tulsi, whether it is gilo, or even Chyawanprash. I am thankful to my friend in Lok Sabha, Dr. Anurag of Baidyanath, who supplied a bottle to us 2 months back as compliment. Under these situations, if you are infected with corona, 50% will not develop symptoms, and next 23% will be very mild symptoms. Now, allopathy is only to be administered to symptomatic cases. But what about prevention? Like Ayurveda says, use amla, use adrak, use haldi. All these things are at least supportive foods rich in vitamin C. Therefore, I will say these are complementary medicines to each other. They are not competitors to each other. And we have to have a broader view. Certainly, I agree. Allopathy has taken gallops. And other systems of medicine, their financial viability without emergency medicine may not be possible or feasible, as every speaker is saying that they are practicing allopathy, and without allopathy, their financial survival, I don't say it is impossible, but certainly in this materialistic world, it is not comfortable. Under these situations, National Medical Commission took note of it, and it has been given to state governments because health is a state subject, and state governments are at liberty to give them bridge courses. In Maharashtra, when I was commanding Armed Forces Medical College, rather I stayed for 14 years in that complex, and Ayurvedic doctors are practicing surgery, ophthalmic surgery, and some of them are doing excellently well, because the trainability is to everybody, and knowledge is not some individual's domain. It can be learnt any time by anybody. Therefore, wheresoever there is a need to give them a bridge course in National Medical Commission, because there was a reaction from the allopaths about, so we took a middle path, and middle path is we left it to the state governments. And state governments, if they feel so, they are welcome to do. Not only Ayurveds, even in your allopathic system, half of the practice of allopaths, or I must say 80% of medical practice, is supported by nurses. And there are BSc, MSc type of nurses. And in all these systems of medicine, modernization is, I want to draw the attention of House. Even Ayurveda, BAMS, their initial basic sciences, they are taught Gray's Anatomy, pharmacology, pathology, basic sciences course is same. Duration of the course is same. Entry point is again after 10+2 with science. And length of course is also same. Under these situations, they are being given emergency medicine course. Not only that, even in some corporate hospitals, I have seen that house surgeons or residents are BAMS, and people are very happy with them. Having worked there for 5 months, 6 months, or year, 2 years, they also deliver. I will say it is not a clash of civilizations, it is a confluence of civilization. And one civilization marching into another civilization. I won't call it piggybacking. It is complementing. Optimization of specialists now under wellness centers, Ayurveda Acharyas are posted at PHC level, at community health center level, and at district hospital levels also. About the distribution of doctors, especially allopathic doctors, because WHO requirement is 1 doctor per 1,000 people. That only armed forces can afford. Rest are not affording, because we post the medical doctors by order, and a doctor does a longer tenure at Sichin Glacier than even an infantry person. Other than those places, In a village of 10,000 population, my own village, doctor comes only twice a week. And medicine is not a part-time profession. It is a whole-time profession. I am proud, at least there are 42 doctors in parliament, and some of them, they really have a very objective view. In the end, because I am a soldier and I will stick to timings, I don't know whether it is a warning bell or an ending bell, but I will say, let us optimize our resources, seeing our threat perception. Let us own each other. Let us march with each other. And in the end, I will say, what is the need of this bill? Again, I take it to armed forces. There is one thing, unity of command, then another is multiplicity of command. Because National Medical Commission's need was felt, because Medical Council of India was an autonomous body, and they became a state within state. Here also, in these councils also, bottleneck ka zikr hai. Bottleneck, delays, deliberate delays. Under this, responsibility of delivery of comprehensive health care is of health minister of the state. Therefore, whosoever is responsible, there should be a unity of command. And unity of command will come through these national commission bills. As far as federation and democracy in the constitution is concerned of these medical commissions, these are science subjects, there are fixed syllabi, there are fixed approaches. In the diagnosis of a disease, we don't do hand-raising and majority decision. It is a scientific decision. I support the bill. It is a comprehensive bill as far as the yoga and naturopathy is concerned. Yes, they are the sciences with slow action. A separate bill can be brought, and Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has popularized it all over the world, and we will not lag behind. Thank you very much.
Shri Jairam Ramesh ji.